Alright, today we're going to go over the basics of Autotrac. This is going to include setting an AB line as well as the diagnostics pie. If you look here, follow the cursor, you can see there's 4 pieces to the diagnostics pie when referring to Autotrac. We'll go ahead and jump into that and see what we need to do. So each section of the pie has different requirements. We see that the first one is filled, so we do have this one. The second piece of the pie, though, we see that there are a few things missing. You can usually just quickly glance and make sure everything says yes. If it says yes, that means you're good to go. If there's a dashed line or something's missing, you need to look at that. So here, the first piece of pie, we're good to go on everything. Second piece of the pie, we do have valid GPS, differential correction, and the differential mode selected is SF2. But we do see that the guidance is set to off, so that's one thing we'll need to change. We'll have to choose a guidance. Then we do have a license, and then we'll also see that the AB line is not defined. So those are the two things right now preventing us from having the 2 pieces of the pie. So what we can go ahead and do, we can go ahead and select the tracking mode. We'll just do straight track for this example. Alright, we do diagnostics pie again. We see that the AB line is not defined. So you can click on the guidance, set track. And for this one, we'll go ahead and just do new track, and we'll just do test 1. Alright, now we'll go ahead and just do the A plus B method, which means we'll have to set the A, and then in the tractor we'll go ahead and put it in gear. Right now we'll drive. There is a minimum foot requirement, so you do want to make sure you get going. And then once you get to where you're ready to set the B, it can either be at the end of the field. We'll go ahead and set B, and then accept. And then as you see now that we do see the guidance lines, and it sets the next ones. And we also see that we have the second piece of the pie. Now the third piece of the pie is that you have the steering set to on, and to turn that on you just push this button right here. And once you see that, you have the third piece of the pie. So the only final piece of the pie is that you have to push the Autotrac button. Depending on what you're driving, usually in tractors it's on the armrest. It'll just be a switch. So I'll go ahead and put the switch on here, and you'll see that you have the A with all pieces of pies filled out. This means you're auto-tracking. So the first thing, if there's ever any issues with Autotrac, the first thing you want to do is to go to that diagnostics pie, and you should figure out what's going on from there.